Hi, welcome back to another Getting Techy with SaaS Alerts. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Honeypot files. These are files that your clients know not to touch, however, are very tempting for a threat actor. And when a threat actor does touch these files, that's when we're going to generate an alert. There has to be an understanding between you and your client that they know not to touch these files, even out of curiosity, because that will sound the alarm bells. Let's go ahead and jump into the platform and I'll show you how to create this rule. So before we get started, I do want to give credit where credit's due. John Strain came up with this file, except his file lived on a file server. And whenever somebody opened it, it ran some macros and was able to detect the location that the user was coming from. This rule will look for any sort of file activity that has to do with a particular file stored on like OneDrive or SharePoint. It's also commonly referred to as a canary file. So let's go to new rule. Let's give it a name like Honeypot. Now this will be an events target. Let's select Microsoft. You can also select G Suite if you'd like. I'm going to go to organizations. I'm going to trigger for all organizations, all accounts. Next is conditions. This is where I need to specify the file event types that I'm looking for. So I'm going to be very thorough with my event types here, and I'm going to pretty much alert on any sort of file activity whatsoever. But feel free to make any custom adjustments you'd like. Since most of these are going to be file events, I'm just going to do a little bit of copying and pasting here. We can also do file share events. Now this covers the entire gambit of all of our different file detection events. So like I said, it's a little exhaustive, but you can change it to be whatever you want it to be. I'm only going to wait for one occurrence, and I'm going to use filters to tell my rule what kind of files to look for. So I'm going to click filters, and then I'm going to do event property and description details, and then contains. This is where I'll specify my file value. Now it's really good to be kind of specific on the file name here, because if you put something like account, then that means anything with the word account is going to trigger this rule, and that's not what we want. Let's do this. Let's make it CEO underscore passwords dot XLS. So now let's scroll down and determine our actions. I'm going to select my application and make it Microsoft. And then I'm going to drop this down and I'm going to do alert only. My alert configuration, I'm going to make a medium. And I'm not going to specify any sort of text messages or mobile app pushes. I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to save this rule. And the next step you'll perform is you'll take this file name CEO underscore passwords XLS and you'll create that file somewhere hidden in SharePoint or OneDrive. You do want it to be searchable by pretty much everybody, so you'll know that if somebody's account is compromised and the threat actor is starting to do a search for passwords, finds this CEO passwords XLS and opens it up or shares it, you're going to get a notification. Again, you'll want to make sure that your client knows not to open up this file, otherwise you will have a notification sent. So that pretty much sums up our Honeypot respond rule. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to support@saasalerts.com. You can also join our Discord server and you'll find the link below. So as always, stay safe and cover your SaaS.